if you told me, I'd have used our platform. I thought you had.
I know. Next time I advise you to do that.
Never mind. Yeah.
So it will be great. It will be great. Honestly, I would like you to, if you can guide us with some information, what exactly they should be looking at, with regards to this database. What in particular, I mean, the style. If you can guide us how they should do it, it will be better, so that will also make them, enable them, facilitate their mission on the field,
Right. Okay. All right. I mean, what I'll do after this meeting is I'll put something together, and distribute it to all, so that we are all singing from the same hymn book, so to speak. But as I said, there are various bodies out there. You've literally got to sit down and search for them. There's loads of grants. There's loans. There's a company I know who literally, they will loan you. I mean, it's benevolence from people who have spare cash. They will loan you the cash, and then after a certain agreed time, you will repay it back. You see, the point is that we need, as Africans, to learn how to take something and then give it back after a period of time, because as an NGO or a body, if you loan money from someone, you need to give it back.
That's correct.
As opposed to a grant, because once you don't give it back once, twice, 3 times, people lose faith and trust in you.
Yes.
And they won't touch you going forward. So I think as an NGO, you need to have kind of structure in place where farmers will remit back to you and you back to them, because at the end you are the face. Yeah, you are the face.
Yes, that is called a microfinance scheme, which is available with SUCDA in Cameroon and also with Ghapfemco in Ghana.
Okay.
We have that also in place where you finance the farmers to get to buy farm tools, or to pay the workers, or to rent farm machineries, or all the cars they need, from developing project right up to when harvesting and processing the yield. All that need to be financed, because the farmers naturally they do not have a means. Sometimes it's even hard to do transportation. And if we have to incorporate also food processing, preservation, and packaging, that entails more funding that the farmer will also require as well.
Precisely.
Yes.
Precisely.
So, and then one first question I'd like to know is, do you have connections into funding projects like waste management? Because what SUCDA in Cameroon is working on now, she's working on waste management project that will go from waste management to recycling, to produce manure, to produce local gas, and then there's also infrastructure. This one doesn't concern SUCDA, but this one is also with me, in partnership with one other infrastructure development projects in Cameroon, where they also need funding to develop a vast piece of infrastructure that they have. So they're in partnership with my 12 Apostles property here in the UK. So we'll talk that later on, but let's focus. Do you have funders for other projects aside agriculture?
Well, we have 8 areas within the African development which we are looking at, and we're looking at agriculture, housing, recycling. We're looking at the infrastructure, energy, so all these are part of our remit, and the structure is so simple, and it will work, because what we did is we did a test bed. We have several platforms on social medias, and there was a lot of interest. Recycling, for example, there are various opportunities in plastic and, for example, and as you may know, Stephen, in the property industry in the UK here, you know, you've got areas like fencing, which is all wooden. It rots after a period of time. So if we could kind of introduce, for example, plastic panel fencing, that is a huge, huge market. And, you know, as to contact with others who are in the business, we are looking and seeking for those kind of people who have already started. And, you know, as I said, whatever is done, for example, in Nigeria or I don't know, Kenya, can be replicated in other countries. And I think those companies, if we were to approach them, I'm sure they will share information with us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. This is powerful.
Yeah. But just to let you know, apart from, you know, us trying to assist individuals in various countries to better their own self-worth, we are looking at kind of selling machinery, which, so basically, I mean, as we speak now, we are putting together business plans for various areas, including recycling, so that someone can pick it up, they open it, it's already there. And, you know, recycling, for example, it doesn't need a lot of money. You can start small scale and then you can build yourself up. So yeah, plastics is everywhere in Africa. So there's the availability of resources to, you know, even if it's just collecting the plastics and putting it in one place, that facility is there. And it's, you know, it's not a difficult task. So yeah, we can talk about that later on. But there are huge opportunities.
Wow, that is great. Honestly, that is great. Yeah, Timothy or Boris, we have Jume Juliana. She just joined now from SUCDA member. Any information from us, Timothy? I mean, Timothy or Boris or Julie?
Okay, I would like to find out something from the boss. Are you getting me?
Yes, they're getting you.
Yes, I wanted to find out if the African developer NGO, they also have a market. Like if we produce here, can they buy? This is some agricultural products. Maybe you produce in a large scale. They do connection to buy. I don't know. Just to find out. I'm just curious to know.
Okay, thanks for that question. As I said earlier, I mean, I don't think, I'm not sure whether you had joined the meeting at that point, but there are other African countries who literally import food. For example, I think I mentioned Benin. Benin imports about 60% of their food into the country. So where there's an abundance in one area, we can, you know, sell to that country, for example.
Yeah.
And the other thing that lacks in Africa is distribution. There are opportunities in distribution where, you know, for example, in Cameroon or Nigeria or Ghana, there's no distributive hubs. So this is what, again, we want to look at. Like I said, the fair trade company with whom I think Timothy and I know in the UK, we want to replicate that in Africa, so that, you know, farmers who wish to sell at a specific price can get that price, because invariably what you find is that farmers produce these produce and they sell at rock bottom prices. We want to ensure that we can get farmers on board and assure them that we can have a distribution network, perhaps region by region or district by district, country by country. So where there's a lack in any one country, we'll know at any one time, and we can then shift goods to that country. So it is not a difficult task. It's something that can be achieved. And that is one of the facets of our, what we intend to do as a company. Does that answer your question, Boris? Is that Boris who spoke, or was it?
Yeah, it was Boris. Thank you very much. I think I'm a little bit clear. My worry was that because here, a lot of farmers are going out of market now. Reason being, not that they are not interested to work. You see a farmer working, here in Cameroon, we do sell tomatoes in baskets. This somebody you spend at the end of the day, you are selling a basket of tomato at 2,000 francs. And that one basket is about 15 kilograms. You're selling at 2,000 francs. There is no way you can educate that farmer again that go and reinvest again, take loan, this and that, because he's so disappointed. So if we are coming now with the strategy of encouraging to work more, and we are assuring that at the end of this season, we'll be able to, if there is an excess, if the price is low, we'll be able to buy at this particular price, and we'll pay your money. This farmer now will know that my only problem is for me to make sure my farm do well. He is not stressed up again with where will I sell, how much will I sell. So with that, he will be encouraged to enter the venture again.
Precisely.
So that I was worried, but I think your point there is clear, and if we can implement that, then
thank you, Boris, for that. Mr. Kwame, you raised up a certain point about having machineries. It actually did bring in some kind of smile when I heard that, because one difficult point which I've had to deal with is to access machinery. That goes even to do boreholes, because some of the things I want to do in Cameroon is to have a borehole machine and all that. And then you have also food processing. Food processing, you see, like the tomato area Boris just touched, we have a community somewhere in the Northwest province. In fact, more than 3,000 or more farmers, they grow tomatoes, it's fertile there, and they sell it at rock bottom prices, as you really put it. And if there's a way which we can come in as an NGO, pre-process, because these are perishable goods. If we have machinery that can pre-process, we can buy the produce while we're looking at the market externally into other African countries, or even in China. We pre-process it so that it doesn't get damaged, and can it before we export. That brings us now back to that point of food preservation, processing, and marketing.
Great.
And it is food science. Food science has all that, where you get food, you process it, package it before you market. Food preservation is really an important component when it comes in dealing with agricultural produce, because of the way it gets perished very fast. So I think in the course of time, we would look into how this NGO, be it in Cameroon or in Ghana, Ghapfemco in Ghana and SUCDA in Cameroon, would this year we can introduce this process of processing our own goods, processing our yields, learning how to preserve them, can them, or package them before marketing. That would be in kind of one package while we're looking for market, and this one will be an embodiment of a whole package.
Great. Okay. Thank you for raising that. One of our areas is that what we're trying to do at the African Developer is that we're trying to encourage individuals to become members of the NGO. Now, for that, they will pay a certain amount of money to become a member each year.
Yes.
And for that, they will get access to, start a business, for example. If you're a farmer, then you will progress that business. And as part of the whole structure, we'll have a business hub where we'll have experts in the various fields. So that, for example, you will have an advertising person, you have a marketing expert, and we'll have experts in food preservation, as you rightly said, in packaging. We've actually have a food scientist on board, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because the food scientist will literally look at one's produce and help them to either package it, whether be it powder format or liquid format. That will all be done. Now, canning is very expensive, so we'll be looking at packing in paper cartons, for example. You know, there's a German company called Tetra Pak. I don't know if you've never ever heard of them. They've got branches in various African countries, and so we'll be leaning on them to assist us in that way forward. So, you know, so that's all part and parcel of our organization. And so, at any point in time, whether you need to speak to someone, you can either call, you can come to an office, for example, and, you know, we would like to replicate that in each country that we are in. So, for example, if we are in Cameroon, we'll have a business hub in Cameroon where people can access.
Yes.
And I think that's very important, because in the past, what we've seen is that a lot of food goes to waste. And we would like to prevent that from happening going forward. So yeah, it's exciting what we are doing, and I like all of you to jump on board, because, you know, I can't do it all by myself.
No, you can't.
It's a massive project. We need people who are, you know, excited as much as we are to push this forward, and it's exciting. I mean, literally, I am waiting to go to Africa, literally any moment now, just to go and initiate these things and put things in place.
Yes.
Okay.
One thing I would like you to do is please also include this registration, so that while Timothy is pushing it down there in Ghana, Boris will also ensure that he brings on board many organizations, many farmers from different various regions to sign on to this platform of yours, so that you know that you are fully represented in Cameroon. And of course, SUCDA, as Remedy, would be head banded to provide you a kind of you know, a platform there. You can count on SUCDA to fully represent, to create that avenue where you act as your hub.
Sure. Okay. That's fine.
I have another one.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I wanted to find out. Let's say we are here at SUCDA, we register now to the African Developer NGO, right? Is it if we are farmers and we advertise the African Developer NGO to them, can they come as individual to register, or they have to come as a group to register? And if yes, I think we need the eligibility. What makes you eligible to register under the African Developer NGO?
Okay. Now the question of groups registering, we have that in place. I mean, basically, what we're trying to do is to make easy access to assistance as much as possible as we can. So yes, you can register as a group, and so that when you register as a group, your members will have access as well. Persons who wish to register individually can register individually as well, and you know, so there are those packages in place. Now, in respect of access to advice or information, as long as you are a member, we will grant you that access to information. And one of the other things that we are looking to do, and we are speaking to a company in Kenya called Brick. They provide access to the internet. So we want to have an office every region as far as possible as we can, and in every district. So people can go to the offices and use our facilities, computers, internet, as all part of the package that, you know, as if you are a member, you have access to it, and it's there won't be no additional charge. It's just a place to go. So if you want to speak to an accountant or a business planner, you can. So it's a one-to-one scenario, and you know, as I said, we want you all to jump on board. It's a massive task. I mean, Cameroon alone, as a market, is a massive market. You know, we have the likes of Nigeria, again, another massive market. So we need people on board to kind of take the vehicle forward. And so, yeah, you know, it's there, and it can be achieved.
It can be achieved. It can be achieved.
Mm.
Okay, thank you.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I think Timothy has been away for a while now. Timothy, are you on board? Timothy, I'm trying to unmute you. Are you on board?
He's on mute.
Timothy, please, could you please unmute? I've just tried to. Hey. Sometimes he could be. Yeah. Let me see.
I think that's what.
My network was very poor. Yeah, the network was warming me up. Yeah, I'm.
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Are you there, Timothy? Okay.
Okay, I think he's having difficulties. In the absence of anything, I'm going to the video of the meeting. I'm going to develop it and share in groups, just in case we miss any part. We're going to catch up again on it. So, Mr. Dakwa, thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it. You're going to develop all what is required of these two big people guys in Cameroon and Nigeria, Cameroon and Ghana, so that they supply you the feedback. I also work with them to make sure they get things done as quickly as possible.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, so that at least we can start hitting the ground.
Fantastic. Okay.
And I'm happy for you to pre-admit Cameroon without due bureaucracy. You know, just
no.
Around the Zoom, you gave that approval. I'm so happy with that.
Yeah, no bureaucracy is needed.
I know.
The network has been.
Yeah, Timothy, we know that you are facing difficulties with the network. We are just trying to conclude.
Hello, the network has been my challenge.
I know, but all what has been discussed, I will develop the videos and put it on the forum so that you can follow up.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the network.
Yeah. Mr. Dakwa will develop.
Okay, that's great. That would be great.
Okay, Boris. We thank you very much for coming. Though it was really untimely. I thank all of you.
That would be great. That would be great.
Yeah, thank all the participants, and you guys have a nice weekend.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. All the best.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I'll speak to you soon.
Okay, then. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.